one of the present regularly self-evident and high-level physicists, has examined his evaluation concerning this issue. Michio Kaku, known for his fantastic commitment to the fields of genuine science, has of late declared that the James Webb Space Telescope has viewed as 6 monstrous universes that examiners thought couldn't exist. These appraisals may perhaps open up new points in our reliable enthusiasm for the universe. It is as such surprising and worth looking out for these improvements. Kaku is an extraordinary figure in the steady field, a physicist of American and Japanese warren. He is viewed as an expert in both obsolete test material science and quantum mechanics. Not in any way, shape, or form like some more moderate and dubious expert, Kaku doesn't have a spot with that pack and has been receptive to the astonishing delayed results of the James Webb Space Telescope mission. We are more than happy that this apparent investigator has chosen to end his quiet and straightforwardly share what can at absolutely no point in the future be denied. The enthusiasm and nearly engaged tone of the notable ST physicist are obvious in his remarks on the exposure made by the James Webb Space Telescope, conveying that this has been the part that has energized his advantage, obliging us to find the outcomes of Michio Kaku's disclosure of these 6 huge universes. Michio Kaku is a researcher who has dependably been willing to ponder new hypotheses. Generally through his life, he knows that Einstein's conditions of relativity and new rules are missing to get the full intricacy of the universe. Kaku comprehends that the disclosures of the new telescope have the probability to work on the steady field, yet an extensive piece of his associate have not had the decision to take on this view. It is making concern and a snoozing issue among the shields and adversaries of quantum mechanics. In any event, fair pieces of information laughing from Kaku, the JW Space Telescope has uncovered the disclosure of 6 tremendous universes. Following as far as possible back to the earliest seasons of the universe, these universes contain a larger number of stars than our own smooth way, regardless of having shaped essentially 200 to 700 after million years the colossal blast. The social event of stargazers who have made the disclosure has named these remarkable structures universe breakers, since they attested they would foment our entire enthusiasm for the universe. Something fits here no more. The immense F hypothesis lets us know that the universe was a train wreck after the subordinate occasion. The key strong articles expected various hundreds of years to blueprint, and it required endless extra years for the things to show up at acceptable thickness and produce light. The arrangement of tangled plans, for example, universe was assumed to happen essentially later. A piece of the newly found universes outflanked the smooth way in size, and their colossal brightness shows that they were presumably framing many new stars every year, while our huge structure stars just inconsistently. It stays uncertain unequivocally when the fundamental universe is framed. Specialists have not had the decision to pick this up until this point. The primary concern that is clear is that at first there may basically have been single stars or get-togethers of stars which in the end combined to shape continuously gigantic advancements. Until minor universes worked with the minimal limitless structures experienced different universes and continuously made by past hypotheses. Remarkably coordinated and massive universes would never have existed around then, which raises whether the universe is alive more ready than as of late recognized or whether complex toroidal pretentious courses of action created generally sooner. This present situation is trying to perceive for moderate science which really tracks down issues with this model, and a couple bits of material science emphatically decline to perceive this exposure and question expected screws up in the age estimations. Kaku had some mindfulness of this and had this to say: there are different events of old and deluding theories that decide go on taking into account the notoriety of certain experts. Gigantic quantities of these speculations were maybe ridiculed when an essential traveler uncovered their deception. Subsequently, the essential work in any science, particularly in genuine science, rests with the experimentalists who keep the scientists veritable. In reality, on Earth, we have barely any comprehension into the significant early phases of the universe. The monster blast hypothesis was fanned out in 1927 in light a perspective on the expansion of the universe. These information incited the end that the universe began from a solitary point and has been creating beginning there forward. At the time, it was trying for individuals and examiners to ponder a universe with a start and an end. The chance of a universe that had dependably existed and was relentless altogether fact was past individuals' creative mind. Even today, investigators actually face hardships in sorting out it. In any case, it is the enel to ponder that these probabilities. Indeed, these new appearances fit not the slightest bit, shape, or structure with what specialists have assembled for seemingly forever regarding the theory of how things came to be. In any case, science has shown time and again that reassessment and responsiveness to historic bits of knowledge are a principal piece of the reliable cycle, like the affirmation of expressed theories and observations. At the point when Einstein was a youth, the way that the stars and makes it accepted planets were enduringly fixed in the universe and that these specific plans consumed to portray space. At any rate, we as of now know that all that in the universe is moving. Planets circle, stars, and entire frameworks move inside their boundless systems at various kilometers each second, and whole boundless systems move quickly through the universe, the destiny of which we can't, however, attempt and expect today. Trained professionals are attempted to perceive wrong encounters and to make sense of that. Hypotheses are not just checks and not outright bits of understanding until they are completely attempted or admitted by unmistakable experiences. The opportunity of the monster blast emerged out of the certification that systems are moving away from one another, and this distance is corresponding to the distance to Earth. This wisdom, known as Hubble's rule, proposed that the universe was loosening up for a truly lengthy time. Parts like tremendous foundation radiation and the red shift of light from far-off boundless systems and other cosmological plans. Anyway, appeared to help this hypothesis, recalling that its basic previously individual who recognized that the Earth was level and that the Sun pivoted us, besides had the supposed affirmation for their suppositions until episode. That's what creative overhauls came. Prof gave an all the clearer, more careful picture. Right now, we are seeing a comparable circumstance. Experts anticipated the new JWST to confirm the ideas related with the epic blast. Anyway, they have run over these 6 universes that gave off an impression of being amazing. This exhorts us that science is unendingly making and that scientists should be open to new DIST terminations and reconsider existing speculations considering the open confirmation. Specialists utilize red shift as a contraption to pick explicit aggregates in the assessment of the universe. Red shift, comparably known as the Doppler impact, suggests the adjustment of the shade of light as the light sources or the onlooker move comparative with one another. To comprehend this, you can envision ending and seeing a vehicle coming towards you. As the vehicle moves towards you, you hear the motor getting more grounded, but at the point when the vehicle passes you or moves away from you, the motor changes. This is on the grounds that the motor differentiations as the vehicle moves. The indistinguishable is genuine for light. When a light focal point, for example a far-off star, moves towards us, the light we see shifts towards bluer tones. On the other hand, when the light source creates some distance from us, the light moves towards red varieties. This eccentricity is called red shift. Physicists have changed over red shift values into speeds and distances for evaluation in the assessment of the universe. Anyway, it is critical to observe that little mishandles in these evaluations could have gigantic impacts. The evaluation techniques as of late utilized are at this point under audit, and it is intriguing to see what results investigators will show up at that with respect to the most recent shows related to our universe. It is fundamental to consider whether they are truly established on red shift goofs or whether a couple of researchers are basically denying current genuine factors. This is a request that requires assessment and vigilant outline of the information and approaches utilized in the investigation. An abundance of thanks for watching the video. As dependable, we prompt you that you would be capable to post your requests in the remarks box. Tolerating you like the video, remember to cause a few disturbances in the also away button, share it so it contacts more individuals, and reach out with the feed so you do whatever it takes not to miss more satisfied. This way, an abundance of thanks for watching and see you in the accompanying one. An unquestionable physicist, Michio Kaku, has actually commented set apart on a tremendous disclosure made by the James Webb Space Telescope. It has recognized 6 massive universes that were previously remembered to be vast. These revelations have the possibility to agitate our understanding of the universe, inciting enthusiasm and interest in sensible circles. Kaku, known for his expertise in both old-style and quantum material science, has welcomed the telescope's exposures going from extra-attentive points of view inside standard scientists. His energy for the divulgences reflects a greater intensity within the field. The disclosure of these enormous universes challenges existing hypotheses about the early universe's advancement. A few specialists question whether the universe may be more settled than previously acknowledged, or on the other hand, whenever muddled limitless plans emerged a lot sooner than expected. However, Kaku accentuates the meaning of staying open to momentous considerations and rethinking spread-out speculations, thinking about new evidence. The possibility of the huge explosion hypothesis has created after some time, like how we may decipher the universe's components. Redshift, a quirk utilized by scientists to measure distances and velocities in space, is under a magnifying lens, highlighting the prerequisite for careful examination of observational data. The video wraps up by inviting further discussion and requests from watchers, highlighting the extraordinary nature of coherent inquiry and the significance of staying responsive to new exposures. A renowned physicist, Michio Kaku, as of late shared his thoughts on a significant exposure uncovered by the James Webb Space Telescope. This telescope has perceived 6 colossal frameworks that were previously thought to be outlandish by scientists. These disclosures can conceivably completely change our impression of the universe, lighting enthusiasm and extraordinary interest within legitimate circles. Kaku, outstanding for his authority in both old-style and quantum physical science, has enthusiastically welcomed the telescope disclosures, pulling out from extra incredulous positions held by some in standard analysts. His energy for these exposures reflects a greater sensation of energy within the field. The recognizing proof of these titanic infinite frameworks challenges spread-out hypotheses as for the plan of the early universe. Some analysts are as of now tending to whether how we could decipher the universe's age needs correction, or on the other hand, if complex limitless structures emerged fundamentally sooner than as of late suspected. However, Kaku stresses the importance of keeping an receptive outlook towards groundbreaking thoughts and rethinking spread-out speculations in light of new verification. The possibility of the hypothesis of the universe's origin has created over the long haul, reflecting our creating perception of the universe's components. Redshift, an idiosyncrasy utilized by scientists to measure distances and rates in space, is by and by under assessment, highlighting the requirement for picky assessment of observational data. The video closes by engaging further discussion and inviting requests from watchers, focusing on the dynamic and continuously evolving nature of intelligent inquiry. It centers around the significance of remaining receptive to new exposures. Furthermore, the meaning of in general fundamentally evaluating existing theories, pursuing after data.